No, Quran really does not allow it. Quran teaches us in many places that we must ask for evidence.
There's also the case of blind following behind a peer or a sheikh. Sometimes they say that they need this guidance, they need this person, and there's too much dependency on this leader.
No, Quran really does not allow it. Quran teaches us in many places that we must ask for evidence. There are only two sources where we don't need to ask for any evidence, for any proof. That is the Quran, which comes from Allah, and the Prophet. Because he has been protected by Allah and he has been sent as a guide, as a teacher. After that, everyone else has to present an evidence for anything which he says. When the Christians and Jews claimed that they are the only people who will go to the heaven, Allah says, ask Muslims to tell them, Hatu burhanakum, bring your evidence. How can you say it? How can you claim it? Where is the evidence? Bring it and show us, so that we can be convinced that really you are the only people who will enjoy bliss in the hereafter. No other person will get that chance. Where is the evidence? In the same way, when the Jews used to claim a lot of things to Muslims, and lot of claims they made. So Quran is saying that ask them to bring Torah and then recite it to you, and that will make the things clearer. Whether it is in Torah, it is written there, where is the evidence? Show us evidence. So as a matter of fact, no person, no matter how big a sheikh or how big an alim he is, can be followed blindly without asking him where is the evidence, where is the proof. This is in Surah number 4. Allah mentioned that obey Allah, obey the messenger. He repeated the word. Obey Allah and obey the messenger, and then the people who are in authority, are the one who have power. Now this one has been, is not very clear what Allah means, the one who are ulul amr, whether he makes reference to the learned people or whether he makes reference to the people in power, authority. But anyhow, they come in the third place and without repeating the word, giving an impression that obedience to them is subject to their obedience to Allah and Messenger. And of course then immediately comes that if there is any dispute among you, so refer it to Allah and Rasul. Now here ulul amr are not mentioned. So no third party is given authority to decide the cases of people without reference to Allah and His Messenger. They are the one only who hold this authority. And this also very clear in the same chapter, in a case where a man challenged the Prophet, or really he spoke in a way which was not proper. When the Prophet gave a judgment concerning a dispute about who is going to take water first to irrigate his farm. So the Prophet was not pleased with this comment. Then Allah revealed ayah saying that they are not going to be Muslim, are not going to have faith unless they consider you as a judge in any dispute which occurs between them, and then the judgment when you give, they accept it wholeheartedly. So this has been made a sign of Iman. So it is only the Prophet where we don't need to, where we don't require any proof. But remember again, in the case of Hadith, Quran of course is beyond any doubt. But in the case of Hadith, you have to confirm whether the report is authentic or not. If it is authentic, then it is binding. If it is not authentic, you can just ignore it and pass it on, pass it away.
But do you find that in the modern context, many young Muslims who are very impressionable, they yearn for this prophetic figure, but then they say, okay, the sheikh will do for now?
No, how can they know that sheikh has really got access? Here, maybe shaitan is working with all his tricks, because this is a very bad trick from him, to give impression to the people thinking that that particular person has got all the power, all the knowledge. No. Knowledge is not a property to any individual. Above, Quran says, above every knowledgeable person, there is someone who knows more. So, knowledge is not monopolized, not controlled by one individual. Everybody can add something of his knowledge to what another person has said. So it is a wrong, notion, thinking that someone can take us closer to the Prophet, can lead us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No. What can lead to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioned in the Quran. This is to do what He has asked people to do, and then to refrain from what He has forbidden and prohibited. That is the very easy way to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.